Welcome back. In this video, I am going to show you how to fold this Flying Eagle designed by Kasahara. It's a nice example and uses some complicated inside and outside reverse folds as well as some petal folds. To get started, I'm going to be using a fairly large sheet of paper so that you can see enough detail in the video, but if you want to use a smaller sheet of paper in class, that's fine too. Take the top edge and fold it over like this on a triangle to make your origami square. Make sure that these two edges here are lined up so that they're parallel. And then use your bone folder to crease along your diagonal. Then take your paper and cut that extra bit off the bottom, and you can use it for something else. Put it in the scrap box for later use or recycle it. Okay, now once you get your origami square, we're going to need to make a water bomb base. So I've already got one diagonal here, and I'm going to take the other corner and fold it this direction upwards towards the other corner and crease it. So I have my origami X. Then I'm going to flip it over and bring the bottom edge up to the top edge so that we have a horizontal valley fold that goes through the center of the paper. Then I'm going to fold the right hand edge over to the left hand to make a vertical valley fold that goes through the center of the paper. Okay, and now we have our origami X and our origami T. I'm going to flip this paper over, push the magic button, and bring these two edges in and squash fold the center. Now, as you start with a water bomb base, if you'd like to use the squash folds to make it a water bomb base, you can. But your water bomb base should look something like this when you're done. Then you're going to do two squash folds here. You're going to take the right flap and fold it up and squash fold it so that the center crease comes right down along the center fold line like this. If you need to flip your model up a little bit and make sure that this center crease aligns with these bottom or the creases underneath, do that. Or if you can see through your paper or feel it, you can do it that way too. So that's what your squash fold should look like when you're done. Flip this over, and then again you'll have two flaps on your right. Take the right flap, right top flap, open it up and squash fold it down so that it matches your previous squash fold. Okay, now with that, you're going to take the tip here and you're going to fold it upwards to make your petal fold. So I'm going to just take this kind of whole flap and let the other paper kind of come with it to get my first crease. So we want this one to come here. I'm going to hold that down, rotate my model. I'm just going to take this piece of paper here and petal fold it out like so. Alright, now this edge here that's kind of flipped up should meet with the center. Like so. Okay, and this is kind of an awkward petal fold, but you'll see that that's what it should look like on one side when it's done. So you kind of have to work with this zigzag situation here. I'm going to fold this paper over to the left and recrease it here and use my thumb to kind of force it open and then bring this edge in. Okay, now, once you get this completed, you've got that petal fold completed. Okay, now you're going to flip the model over, like so, and you're going to take this edge here and fold it into the center, almost like you're doing a kite base. Okay, and now do the same on the other edge, this side here, in towards the center, almost like a kite base. Good. Now you have that completed, you're going to take this top edge here and you're actually going to fold it back. There's two flaps. There's this flap from our petal fold and then the top flap. You're going to fold this top flap so the point here goes about halfway between this little shape here. So about right there. And then I'm just going to force this paper down into a valley fold. Okay, and the paper is going to be very thick right in the middle because we're actually leaving a little flap right in there. Okay, at this point we're going to take this edge here and bring it in towards the center. You're going to have a valley fold here and a mountain fold here. So watch how this is done. We're just going to grab this piece of paper. I'm going to valley fold it here and then mountain fold it here. And as we mountain fold that, it's going to lift this wing up and just take that wing and recrease it like that. So it's going to change the angle of this crease a little bit. So it won't be exactly horizontal anymore. It'll be a little bit on a gently sloped diagonal. So this is what it looks like. It's basically a squash fold. So you're going to take this other edge and do the same thing. Bring it in. Make sure they're even. And then take this edge here and mountain fold it back down. And then finish that crease out. Okay, so it should look something like this. Now we're going to mountain fold this and bring these two pieces down, like so. Now, we've got some kind of crazy looking model here, and actually we're just going to flip it over now. And you'll see a little bit better here, the two wings. Here's the head, here are the feet, and then the tail back here. So for the feet, we're going to do an outside reverse fold. And usually I would say, you know, pre-crease it, but we don't have the opportunity to pre-crease it because there's so much in there already. So you're just going to slide your finger in here and just take this whole flap of paper and bend it down. And you can use your index finger to kind of crease that over and then adjust it so it looks like they're kind of angled, I don't know, angled towards the front. Okay, because we want those to look like they're angled towards the front because we're going to end up outside reverse folding them back a little bit so it looks like the feet are hanging down. Then this area here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to outside reverse fold it down to create the tail piece. So this, again, you don't really have the opportunity to pre-crease it. So I'm just going to take this top flap and kind of start the crease. I'm going to flip my model over and kind of flip it so that this edge here lines up with those feet and is kind of tucked inside and matches my other fold. Just kind of crease it a little bit, and then the tail is kind of bunked up like that, so I'm just going to open it and gently curve that paper downwards. Now that I've got that outside reverse fold in there, I can take my fingers and just kind of readjust it. Okay, so that it kind of looks similar. Okay, there we go. And you can even curve it with your fingers like that if you'd like to. Now we're going to work on the head piece. This piece here is also going to be an outside reverse fold. You can pre-crease it kind of downward like this, so that it's got the angle of an eagle neck. And then you can open those two flaps up. Outside reverse fold along those creases that you've already pre-made. And now you have the head going downwards. Now if you take the first valley fold here and fold upwards, and then pleat fold it back downwards like this, and make yourself a pleat fold. Then you can open that up and tuck it inside like so to create your pleat fold. And then we're going to just inside reverse this tip for the beak. So I'm just going to do a little teeny pre-crease. I'm going to open this up and inside reverse fold it like that, just to have like the beak. Okay, and there is our finished flying eagle designed by Kasahara.